So at this time, it is my great privilege to introduce our first survivor speaker of the night, a very brave and courageous woman named Stacy. Come on up, Stacy.
My story of healing began with me carrying a bag full of dirty laundry down the Sharpless Street sidewalk in Westchester. It was so full and overflowing that day that if you saw me, you could have confused me with Santa. But I'm not Santa. I'm Stacy. Stacy Marie Kiva, and I was ecstatic. I was going home for spring break 2K17, a whole week of being a hermit and watching The Office on repeat and not daring to leave my room, except for when my dad comes home from doing errands. They do that thing that you may have done too, where you pretend like you have just had the most productive day ever and you are exhausted, but don't you dare look under my pillow because there is an empty bag of Flaming Hot Cheetos that you do not want. And holy shit, why did my dad have to park so far away? I've got on this giant black backpack that when I fill it with all of my theater textbooks, laptop, movement shoes, and one stick of deodorant, it is enough to topple me over. And now I've got all that, plus everything I need for this upcoming week. And did I mention I have this bag of dirty laundry? Dear Lord, if there is a Lord, please give me strength. Let me be proud in these final moments because, damn it, this is how I go down, then this is how I'm going to go down. And I want to be a proud turtle swimming on its backpack shell. I take a breath, and I finally get close enough to see my dad's car. It's one of those situations where I see him, and he sees me, and that's it. He just sits there while I'm struggling. And I want to cry, but I will not cry. No, I'm not going to cry because I'm not going to tell him. I'm not going to tell him. I am an actress. I'm a theater major. I can do this. When I get to the car and I open the door, he is doing that annoying voice-to-text text message thing that is wildly inaccurate 50% of the time. The thing that he sends me full of gibberish, and then he has to send all these follow-up correction text messages that say, what I meant to say was gibberish. What I meant to say was gibberish. What I meant to say was gibberish. Gosh darn it, Dad. Just use your thumbs and text like a regular person already. And he's doing that instead of helping his daughter with all her things. I get it. Really, I do. I am a strong, capable woman. God damn it, just help me with my laundry. I toss my backpack down and it gets his attention, but not in a good way. But before he has a chance to say, what the hell's the matter with you? I open the back door and I shove all my shit in there. And I will not cry. I will not cry because I will not tell him. I can't tell him about that boy and that night 3 weeks ago and the other time that night next morning. It's a secret. I get in the seat, politely click my seatbelt, trying to not make him mad. A minute goes by, and we're sitting there. We're in park, and he's staring at me like I've got two heads, and I just want to scream, let's go home. But instead, I cry. And he knows. And everything is shit. Plain and simple. The next week, I was on a mission. It's a very simple mission. I gave myself 2 rules and 2 rules only. To get in and to get out as fast as possible without being seen. My dad slowed the car, and the second my feet hit pavement in the EO Bull parking lot, my countdown clock started. I had 30 minutes, not a second more, before my dad sent a search party out looking for me. He was terrified to let me back onto campus. I had 30 minutes and, gosh, I was so grateful. I never thought there would be a day when I would say, thank you. Thank you, construction on 202. I'm actually really glad there was traffic today because we were 5 minutes late. 5 minutes late and everyone was in class. So I didn't have to go into the theater building. I didn't have to pretend like my bloodshot eyes were the byproduct of something cool and hip and a 420 friendly, when in reality, I hadn't stopped crying in about a week since my dad brought me to the police station, paced around for an hour, misheard half the story, and then blamed me on the way home. I didn't have to pretend like I haven't slept. I didn't have to dodge glares from my ex-boyfriend like it's been 6 months, and I didn't have to put my shoulders back and smile like I always had to smile. 5 minutes later, I am in my advisor Charlie's office. And I'm sitting there, sunglasses off, stuttering and twitching, unable to lift my gaze above the tiles, and I'm trying to explain how a bag full of dirty laundry led to me dropping out of college. Or to be less dramatic, theater majors, am I right? Led to my dad pulling me out of college until my case was solved. Until the fall semester started and until I felt safe on campus. And I know laundry didn't cause this. Laundry didn't hurt me, but I guess you could say laundry was the metaphorical straw that broke my back. And I'm trying to explain all this to Charlie with more words and less metaphorically. And to paint you a picture, Charlie is this extremely kind guy. He has this look in his eyes that tells me he's wise, he's a tenure-track professor. He looks like Dumbledore. Well, no, he doesn't look like Dumbledore unless you count the Jude Law version. But he is so compassionate, and I'm there stuttering like a bimbo, explaining how I'm a royal screw-up. Now, this is hard, being vulnerable to Charlie. Everything just kept coming up like word vomit. And for you guys, it's probably really hard to be vulnerable. Charlie scares me. There aren't many people who scare me the way Charlie scares me, because there aren't many things that scare me the way vulnerability scares me. It's hard letting people in, right? Like, I'm not alone in that. Like, it's really freaking hard, especially when they see the ugliest and nastiest side of you that you didn't even know existed until, bam, hello, trauma. It's not nice to meet you at all. GTFO. Now, you have to do it. You have to let people in. Sometimes they surprise you. Most of the time, probably not. But sometimes. And Charlie surprised me that day. He said some of the most important words that I live by to this day. But before I tell you about that, you need to know that just because he said words, just because I left the place where something tragic happened, my healing just didn't all of a sudden fix itself. In fact, it got a lot worse. 6 months later, me and my dad were sitting in a booth at Perkins. It was great. We were eating pancakes and drinking coffee, and we were both trying to pretend like he didn't just pull me out of college again, and that I didn't lose my chance at getting a college education. We tried to pretend like he didn't get a worrying call from Westchester saying that they were worried about me, which was so kind. Really, it was, because at least they cared now, after they dropped my case 1 week before the semester started. We're sitting there. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. And it's like the gosh darn scene in Little Miss Sunshine when they bring Steve Carell's character home from the hospital. But I'm mature. I tried for conversation. I asked about acting classes because there was something that I could hold on to with that. It would give me purpose, and gosh, I really needed purpose in that moment. And he did this other annoying thing, not the voice to text message thing, but the yes manning me to get me to shut up when he has no intention of letting me do it. But I didn't know that at the time. And I woke up so excited the next morning. I was like, I'm gonna take some acting classes, I'm gonna learn how to fake hit people, and it's gonna be wonderful. Well, he didn't have any recollection of ever saying yes. And I begged. I begged so much. And he came at me with choice words and a half hit. Choice word being basket case, half hit being a really questionable parenting technique where you skim your child's head. And then I was left in my room sitting on my mattress, afraid, confused about where my life was going, and it was moments like this in trauma where it was so much easier to plant my life on one of those Freytag's pyramids. You guys remember those from high school? You got sighting event, rising action climate, denouement, if you're being fancy. Where was all the good shit that was supposed to come out of life? Because right now, I'm sitting in my room, no chance at a college degree, in debt, traumatized, re-traumatized, all alone. One person reached out and it was Charlie. That's it. That's what I remember. But I remembered what Charlie had to say. And I was thinking about, if I was a character in a play, what questions would I ask myself? What's my backstory? Have I ever gone through something like this before? Well, no, but I've gone through some bad things. Would I be proud of the person that I was being? Or was I acting like a dog with its foot caught in a snare? Well, I don't know. I've never played a basket case before. But darn it, I was a basket case who was going to read plays and hide them if I had to. I was going to take my power back, and I was going to make choices to change my life. So the next week, I'm standing in the kitchen. A kitchen full of mustard yellow appliances that were all the rage in the 70s. Our oven has not been cleaned, not once. And my dad is about to go to work. And I'm trying to be on my best behavior and not raise suspicion. So I'm agreeing with what he has to say, and I'm getting his car keys and his cell phone charger, hunting it all down. I even put on a bra, put my hair in a ponytail, and tried to look presentable. I had to improv when he asked me, "Come on, kiddo, tell me something new. Come on, what did you do today?" What I really wanted to tell him was, "You took my money, so I couldn't leave the house because you're terrified for me." And yeah, that's about it. But no, I said, "Oh, yeah." The spot was great. She sat down when I asked her to. I'm really bad at improv. I never made the improv team in college. But he bought it, and he went to work. And then I sighed with relief. I offered up a prayer to Lord of the Light. "Red Priestess, please, I will give you my blood. I will let you put leeches on me. But please, do not let Jenny, my $260,000 GMC, not break down tonight, because I was sneaking out. I was sneaking out to come here, to Nova, to group therapy. My dad did not approve. But you know what? I had to make a choice. And if I hit a deer on the way here, if I ran out of gas, well, I guess I could call up Denise from AAA Premier Member Hotline, and I'd suffer the consequences. But this is where I was at with making choices. And Charlie, that day in his office, said some things that made me make choices. He said, "Take from this what you will. But this shit that's happened to you, they're your given circumstances. This is your life's given circumstances. Make honest, truthful decisions based on your character. Now I know not everyone in this room speaks theater, so allow me to translate. Given circumstances are things that you read in a play. Like in Romeo and Juliet. Their parents don't approve of them. But you can't change it. You know what happens at the end of the story. I can't change what's happened in my past, and neither can you. Shit happened. Life got awful. You didn't ask for it. But there are some things that trauma cannot touch. Trauma can't touch your core values. It can't touch who you are inside. If you're a good or bad person, your reality might have changed. Your decisions might have changed. But you need to make choices. You need to fail. Because if you fail, at least you're one step closer to succeeding. And theater is all about taking chances. The thing that I love so much about being in class with him was he created a safe place to fail. And you know what? The world isn't kind. It's not providing that nice classroom where you can fail all you want and still get an A. But if you take that advice, then maybe something can happen. And you know what? His words were wonderful. But I want to stress to you guys that you're going to hear a lot of wonderful words tonight. You've already heard wonderful words from Matt and Charity. But words don't mean anything, and they will never become powerful if you don't couple them with action. So please, keep going and try. I celebrate all of you for being here tonight. You're on this journey, and you have the courage to do it. I applaud you. Break a leg.